Hi, friends. I hope you all are doing great. It's me, Nikki, here to share with you my pantries over the past 10 years and how I decluttered and organized. And I thought it would be fun to just kind of look at all of the different things that I did over those 10 years to really maintain my pantry. And hopefully we can update our new friends on the journey that we have been on together. And for my older friends out there that have been with me since the beginning, this is just a trip also down memory lane. So let's get started. Okay, so let's start 10 years ago. Back in 2013, video footage is probably just awful, right? But this was the pantry setup that I had when we first moved in our house. Very dark colors because the kitchen was very dark, the cabinets were very dark, and I had painted the walls a very dark brown, which now looking at it, I knowing how much I like, the brights and the whites, I'm very surprised about that. But the pantry functioned for me. I did it in a way that I could easily get to the things that I needed at the time. These are the things that I had in my pantry. So at this time, 10 years ago, I had actual cookbooks. Now that's not the case. And so I would use these magazine holders to store my cookbooks. And if you have cookbooks, your pantry can be a great area to store them. And really using magazine holders, you really can kind of keep an organized section in your pantry with all of your cookbooks, and you can categorize them by type or category or whatever, but really be able to easily get to them. The next thing that I did in here was I loved my mason jars. This was really, really great for organizing all of those dry goods. I loved my mason jars. They worked so well. I used the half gallon because they really gave me enough space. And so that was one of the huge things that I did love from this pantry, and I used for quite some time. We then move into 3 years later where my aesthetic started to change. The kitchen got white, the cabinets, everything was bright white and neutrals. And so my pantry transitioned into that also. So I was at the point here where I really wanted to see less. So you'll notice that I still had all of my items categorized, but you really don't see them as much as you do in the previous pantry. I had these beautiful baskets that I had found in Target, and I wish I could still find these. I love these baskets because inside them you could easily wipe out the inside liner, and it really was easy to maintain my pantry with these. Also, at this time, I really got away from cookbooks. So I removed the cookbooks from my home and I used online sources. So I really did downsize and declutter those. Also, my appliances. You'll see that I stored appliances in bins, and I wanted to keep the instruction manual and the parts all together. So each appliance actually had its own bin. This really functioned great for me, but down the road I got away from really keeping all of the information that comes with your appliances because everything is online now, and so it didn't serve a purpose. And so this was really the starting point of the transition with my kind of aesthetic with my home. Then we move and jump all the way to 2021, where I moved into this even more fascination of not really seeing my food and things. And so I used the beautiful white canisters that I absolutely love, still love these to this day, and use them in my pantry to really hold those items such as my dry goods. And I don't necessarily unpack them and pour them in the canister. I sit the bag down in there so that it's easy to maintain and clean. But it was something about really being able to see that clean look of knowing where everything was, but not necessarily having to visually look at it. Plus, at this point, I had transitioned to a glass door, French style door for my pantry, so you could see directly in the pantry. And this was not the case for when we first moved in the house. So it really was important that I didn't see a lot of stuff. And so that was really a great way for me to have my pantry at that time, because it really brought me joy when I looked over in that area. And then now moving to 2023, and we are here in Charlotte, North Carolina in our apartment, and I have this cabinet that is now my pantry. And because our lifestyle has kind of minimized greatly with as far as the pantry. I love it. I love that we really have a simplified way of eating right now. And so I don't have to keep as much stuff as I used to keep on hand. And I really just kind of pared down. And I also wanted it to be where my appliances were still visible and I could get to them. So I have an appliance section at the top. I have these beautiful warm baskets, which I love the combination of the warm basket with the white canister. It really gives a great feel. But the baskets are from Target and they give great storage to categorize my different food items. So as you see over the years, I have the same concept of using a bin or basket to categorize my things, but how it visually looks has changed over the years. And so this is the one that we have right now. This is our pantry right now. And friends, we'll be on another journey. So, when we move in our house, this will be the next journey to see kind of what will the pantry look like when we move into the new place. But I thought it was good to kind of reflect and kind of go down the journey of my organization style over the years to see that there is consistent things that I love, such as the bins. That's how I identify that really works for my family, because with every change in the pantry, certain things stick. And so when you're organizing your pantry, look for those things that stick over the years, because those are the ones that are probably most likely working for you and your family. And it's important to assess our pantry so that we can start tweaking it so that we really have a pantry that works for us in our current lifestyle. Because again, I want to finish with this. Remember that your home is always supposed to fit your current lifestyle. How we lived in 2013 is not the same in how we live in 2023. And so, as you can see, my pantry has transitioned with our lifestyle. So I hope that this tip was helpful. I hope that you all are doing great. I will see you at the next video. And any products that I shared that I can find, I'll put in the description box below. Have a beautiful day, my friends. And this is Nikki saying goodbye.